So this is the most commonly required by most of the clients. So, as a part of their maintenance activity, the infra maintenance activity, the OS patches or the network policy updates, or any other batch runs, or housekeeping activities or synchronization activities may require server to be restarted. So for all these activities, once the servers are restarted, the client may not have knowledge or may not restart the servers even if you provide the instructions how to start the services in a sequential manner. Sometimes the clients, they are not interested in the manual intervention, they want it to be auto started. So at that time, how do you do it? Any idea? Or if it is a WebLogic server, how would you restart the services on reboot or on failure? Very important concept that is practiced in the real time, and also it will be asked in the interviews. Not only WebSphere, WebLogic or Jboss or Tomcat, anything.
We can shut down entire cluster at a time, or you can start cluster anytime by using a WLST.
By using WLST, but there is manual intervention, right? You need to execute the commands.
Hmm.
So the client does not want manual intervention. Everything has to happen automatically. You can create scripts, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
You can create shell scripts or all scripts. Timely manner. So timely manner means what? There may be the client is using some AWS or or any other cloud on which the applications are hosted on application servers. So for the cost cutting, the client will be shutting down the servers at night around 11 or 12 o'clock, and the client will start the servers in the morning at around 6:30 or 7 a.m. So in 24 hours, the client wants to reduce the cost for 6 to 7 hours. So which will gain profit. Uh, it's a good amount of money, right? So at that time, each and every time the client will not go, or you also, for you also it is going to be a burden if you are managing the client's services, right? So it is going to be burden each and every time. So in my team, there are totally 5 members in middleware team, and there are 3 members who joined before 1 year, experienced guys. So we have lots of QA servers, and every day morning, after the cost cutting time, every day morning around 8 o'clock, they will start up all the services. All right. So it will take like around 2 to 2.5 hours sometimes to start up all the QA environments. So what is happening here? Lots of effort, lots of time, and hard work is required to do this activity daily basis on daily basis. So if you are intelligently fair enough, you don't want to spend lots of time spending on the QA servers to start up, you would plan for a automatic restart, right? Efficient way. You are reducing your hard work, you have to play smart. So shell script. Yeah, you may say that you don't know shell scripting. Yes, I agree. Even I too don't know shell scripting, but I can write script and I can use the tool uh, to find out if there is any option. Okay, so let me show you here. ps-ef grep java. So right now there is one application server, one node agent is running. So I have created a script for DMGR also, and I will reboot the server now. So once it is rebooted, we will check if all the services are started by default on the reboot activity. Okay, so let it reboot. Yeah, it is rebooting. Fine. So you can create shell scripts or Python scripts if you are good in scripting, or you can use the features of the, like if it is in WebLogic, you can check if there is any automatic restart kind of parameter is available uh, in to start up the services if in case there is any failure, right? So in WebLogic, you can configure the node manager, right? There is a restart, auto restart parameter. You can give like 2 or 3 times if I try to start up the server. Unless there is a critical subsystem failure or critical module failure, the node manager will not be able to start the server. So if there are no issues, then it will start automatically. So features on the tool that you are working on. For example, in WebSphere, WebLogic, you may use Node Manager, uh, properties, file called startup. The same in WebSphere, you can configure, okay, you can make the startup as a Linux, or you define, or if you make a node to start up as a Linux or a Windows service, it this node will run as a service. So when it is defined as a service, it will restart on server reboot automatically. Right? So we can make a node to restart, but in WebLogic, WebSphere, starting a node itself is not enough. You need to start the application server that is present in the node also, right? So that is important. So there is a monitoring policy. Each server or failures. So Uh, this feature is not applicable DMGR. DMGR. It's not available applicable for DMGR. So why it is not applicable for DMGR? Because whenever you start the DMGR, you will start the server. You will not start the node because DMGR does not have a node agent. Node agent is created only when you federate a node, correct? So DMGR will not have a node agent. So when I say that you can define a node as a service, so actually you are defining the node agent as a service. So DMGR does not have a node agent. So you cannot use this feature. Alright? Fine. What else? You can use the scripting, the scripting client, which is WS admin. Again, for that you need to know Jackal or Jboss. WS admin to create scripts or Jython. So these the WS admin client, the scripting client supports two languages, two scripting languages. These are the two scripting languages called Jackal or Jython. So you can use any one based on the platform and based on the compatibility. So these are the three ways you can use. And there is a simple way using prompts. Alright, so let us see. Here it is started. Now you see on the reboot, one application server is started, node agent is started, and DMGR is started.